Good morning. Winter is here, so let's get inside, let's get the kettle on. Welcome back to Matt's garden on the allotment. It is freezing, but it is sunny, it is dry, everything's a little bit frozen, but it's so refreshing to be here when it's not absolutely chucking it down. I am sorry about the lighting, but it's so nice to just have a bit of sunshine on my face. So I want to start off this video on a really positive note and say an absolutely massive thank you to you all. So this week marks a month on the plot, and I think at time of recording I am on 1,100 subscribers, which I never expected. I expected to be talking to at least 50 of you for the foreseeable future. So just a very massive thank you from me for all the support, all the comments, all the likes and all the subscriptions from you guys that come back every week and help me out on this little plot of mine. So onwards and upwards with the channel. But as for today, I've got some pretty, I wouldn't say boring, but like arduous tasks ahead today. I want to get both of those spoiled compost bays emptied, sifted and moved into some raised planters that are going to be used entirely just for growing flowers in, nothing edible. That was suggested by quite a few of you to reuse the soil in that way as not to waste it. So try and sift out as much plastic as possible and then just put it in some raised beds ready for flowers in spring, which I think is a brilliant idea. It's reusing the compost, but it is keeping it away from any edible produce. And then number two, in order to do that, I need to move a lot of materials that I had put in position ready to be composted. So I need to move all of that first into my new compost bays so that I can get the top area under the cherry tree leveled and lined. Because today I would also quite like to get those paving slabs properly positioned. A lot of people have suggested putting them in a diamond formation to make the gaps in between a little smaller. So I want to do that, as well as put a little bit of sand underneath, because everyone's recommended that would help me get a bit more of a level surface. I have also discovered, let me show you, I have started to get some of this frosting off the glass. So after using vinegar and water, after using specialised greenhouse solutions, after using fairy liquid and warm water, the one thing I found that gets it off in an instant, but is going to be painstakingly long, is just a dry rag with nothing on it. It literally came straight off. A dry rag just rubbed over the top and it comes straight off. So I think what I'm going to do, because bearing in mind this is on 3 greenhouses, every time I come up, I've got to do, I think, 3 panes. I think I'm going to set myself the challenge of clear 3 panes every time I'm up here in and around other jobs. That's still a lot. I think yesterday I did 2 panes and it took me half an hour, and there's still all bits around the edges, and I'm a bit scared. I've never had a greenhouse, so I'm a bit scared as to how to get the glass off. And I don't know, would you be able to lay them down and clean them properly? It just feels a bit like breaky. I've not got a level surface level enough to put these on without it shattering. But yeah, so we're going to crack on today, starting at digging out that really contaminated soil, sifting it and seeing if we can get anything clear from it ready to put in one of the raised beds for flowers, where it's been covered over so it shouldn't have been hit by the frost. It should still be quite crumbly, which will make my life today a lot easier. But first off today, as you can see, off camera yesterday I popped up and built this little raised bed. I've got another one of these to go in. So that's what I'm going to be growing the raspberry canes that I dug out in. I'm going to finish off barking here, then I've got another load of those little fencing panels to go in front of it, just to tidy it up. You know I like neat and tidy. It is how I live my life. So let's get this bark down, let's get the little fence panels in, then we can move on. Right. This end has a definite stop, if you know what I mean. it makes sense. Oh, I'm gonna need another one again. I really have to. Stop measuring things. I think I might need another. I know to a lot of people that is a tiny, tiny thing to do, but to me it makes a substantial difference to how I feel about this area. It feels neater, it feels cleaner, it feels tidier, which is one of my main gripes. So yeah, I'm happy with this. I know there's little gaps, but it is what it is. It serves its purpose. I think it looks a lot better. Let me know what you think in the comments. A little bit of symmetry at the front of the plot now. So we've got nice cordoned off blackberries here, nice cordoned off blackberries there. I love it. I think it's nice and tidy. I know the word of the day is tidy, but it is tidy. We are back at the compost. I was going to do a bit of a time lapse, but I don't think last time I sort of showed, or you could appreciate how much rubbish was actually in there. Like, that's just bindweed I've been picking out as I go. Let's carry on for a little bit. I can always speed you up eventually. As I say, this is now just going to go in the raised beds. Look, every time you pull on it, but it's good that I'm getting it out. In the raised beds that I'm just going to be growing flowers in. So even though it's contaminated and there's going to be some bits of plastic in it, going to be contained to a flower bed and not to a growing space. And because I know where it is, if ever I do want to get rid of it, I know that it's in one contained location rather than scattered all over the plot. So I'm not too fussed about at the minute digging to find like the root cause of where it's coming from, because I'm digging all of this out, so I know that I will get to it at some point, or the sieve will get to it. Yeah, I think because I covered it, I've kept it nice and dry. See, I've just... This is what I'm saying. There's so much. And you just can't get your shovel to do that. Rubbish. Terrible. And if one more bloody person stands at my gate and says, oh Fred loved this plot, I keep thinking, did he? Did he really? Because I don't think anyone that loved their plot as much as apparently Fred did would be this willing to put this much rubbish back into their soil. Quite nice. What I do like is though, I can feel where the compost bay finishes and the ground starts. So I'm not going to be just digging my way to China. I need to, I think, come up with a bigger version of this with more robust sides on, so I can give it a really good wiggle about. And then just next to this I have got a bag waiting. So all the stuff on top just gets dumped into. Just check the surface quickly, pull out any visible bits of bindweed that might have escaped me. But again, it's going to be confined to 2 container beds. So even if any bindweed does poke up, I should be able to keep on top of it really easily. I feel like we're getting somewhere though. We are getting somewhere with this. If we can get half of this done today, I'd be really happy with the progress of that. If we can... What is that? There's some bits of wood in here as well that I'm like, he must have known. That's never like, what is this? You know that's not going to break down, surely. Like, I know I'm not well versed in allotmenting, but come on. A lot of I can't remember whose video it was. Can't remember now. But I was watching another allotmenter, and they were saying the amount of like broken up china that they find, and I'm very similar. So a potato. Does anyone know why they used to use a lot of china? Is it literally just china cups that they've dropped or smashed, or... I know there seems to be a lot of blue china about. When it's this loose, I do like just have a quick go through my hands, because I'm sort of double screening it then, because I'm getting the bigger bits out with my hands or any smaller bits before it goes through the sieve. Hopefully it should end up relatively clear. Right guys, I am gonna speed you up so it looks like all this was done in about 5 minutes. So I've come to realise, I think one of the reasons I feel like I'm not getting a lot done is purely because of the time of year. Like, I'm not getting overly tired yet, but I still don't feel like I've achieved an amazing amount today, and I'm losing the light. And then I've just looked thinking, oh my god, how have I been at this all day again? Like, I got here at maybe 11 o'clock and it's only 2:15. That's it, but I am losing the light now. It's getting so low in the sky this time of year that you just don't get enough daylight to get an amazing amount of work done. I think that's the problem. So it's not that I've been slow, it's just, as the old saying goes, there's genuinely not enough hours in the day at the minute. This is all solid earth now. I am going to get to this ridge, which is all the way along, which that's still solid ground. So yeah, you can see where it drops off into what was compost bay. So I'm nearly there, and I thought I want to be careful because I don't want to make this just one solid like ridge. Why did I say it like that?
I want to sort of try and have a bit of a gradient going up, so it's not just, dangerous for the old chap next door. A bit more done this week because I've got a few days off in a row, so that will be quite nice. Again, much to everybody's dismay, once I've cleared this, I'm going to put a little bit of compost over it because this area really needs some enrichment. Put some compost over it, cover it over, see what comes through over the next few months. Hopefully it'll help me weed out the last bit of bindweed that's hiding in here. And yeah, I've got another nice clear area of the allotment. Now I'm just gonna give it a quick rake for what's left, because it does just bring a few little bits to the surface that I need to get rid of. You could literally never go through this enough, that's the problem. You could, so at some point you've just got to call it a day with it, I think. Call it a day. Like, I've got so much out. Cover it over and then come back to it. And that's the best you can do. Like, you think you've got all the big bits out, and then you give it another rake over and you think, oh, where's that come from? Right, I need to try and somehow make this a bit more like, let me get rid of this so it doesn't just go straight back in. Yeah, a bit of a gradient. Because I don't necessarily want a complete drop. But I do think as I go, I'm just going to continue finding rubbish. First bit of healthy soil this bit of the plot has seen in a very, very, very long time, I think. Oh, this is so rich and dark, I love it. Healthiness. Healthiness. Yes. Ooh, look at the colour of that. That is nice. It's so nice seeing some nice, healthy soil going onto this bit that's been bugging me for the whole month I've been here. And I think that's one of the reasons, I mean, I need a lot more. I think it's one of the reasons I've left this such a long time, because it was, I know it sounds stupid, because it was bugging me so much, I was ignoring it. Does anyone else do that? Or is that just a me thing? Yeah, like if it's really bothering you, I just pretend it's not there. I do it all the time. It's like I am a bury my head in the sand kind of guy. If I've got an issue, I'll just pretend it's not happening for a very long time until I have to deal with it. And it had got to the point where I had to deal with this. This is the first time I've been able to walk straight through this bit of the plot. So for now, from this end of the plot, you can see right through. There's no big mound in the way. This is all the stuff I've taken out and I need to bag up. But once it gets to summer and I can prune this plum tree, I do want to keep it probably at about this height and a bit more spherical. Take this limb off. So I've got a nice path this way with my wheelbarrow. It's all about easy access, because I think at the minute, because this has been here, the only way to get my wheelbarrow off this area is up over a lip, down along there, up over another lip, whereas now I should hopefully start to get a lot more flow going in the garden. I am waiting for a delivery because I didn't really know what to do with this area under the plum and the damson tree. and I know it might be a little bit late for them, but I've ordered from Farmer Grace's 60 crocus bulbs, some more tulips, and a few other bits and bobs. And I'm just going to cover this in summer flowering bulbs and then dig it out slightly just so it's a little lower, put some bark on top and try and level these slabs out. Not today, probably in my next video. So once again, surprise, surprise, the day has got away with me. So let me just show you around really quickly what we've achieved today. We got this area done and the border put around the thornless blackberries. This is looking stunning, it looks a lot better. I did decide to move this raised planter because I decided it was far too big for a few raspberry canes. Heading up to the other side of the plot. Oh, we have finally dug out all that contaminated soil from what was the old compost bay. Unveiled, unrevealed, or whatever it would be called. A little new bit of patio around the plum and the damson. So once that's all tidied up in spring, because remember it goes on the other side as well. Jet wash this, tidy it up, straighten these out, that'd be brilliant. And then I'm going to have eventually probably another little path here just to, I don't want to grow anything in where that composter was, to be honest. So this will probably just be a wood chip area for the wheelbarrow to come through. I've managed to fill, I moved from over at the fruity corner at the front, this raised bed. This is everything that I have dug out today. So it's not the worst, and I have managed to sift out a lot of the plastic. I think once we get some worms in here, I'm going to top dress this with either some manure or a couple of bags of really nice compost, just to try and put some goodness back into this. But yeah, I got enough to fill this raised planter, and it is quite deep, so that is quite good. So I am losing the light. I'm going to light a little bonfire now because I've got a few bits to burn, and then we are coming straight back in the morning. So don't think this is a really short video because I am coming back in the morning.
Good morning. So after getting home last night and reviewing the footage, I said we were going to do more today, which I am, but you won't be joining me until the next video because I realised it was a lot longer video than I thought I'd actually filmed. So that's going to be enough for today's video, but thank you so much for watching. I know your comments and your viewership means the world to me, so thank you so much. We achieved a lot yesterday and I'm really happy with the way that the allotment is going. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you want to support me even further in the garden, the links for my Amazon wishlist and buy me a coffee are in my description. But apart from that, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one, and let's keep growing.